Have you ever wondered what it truly means to be a hero in a world where the line between right and wrong is blurred? The story of Yuji Itadori in the acclaimed anime Jujutsu Kaisen offers a profound exploration of this dilemma. Yuji Itadori, the protagonist of Jujutsu Kaisen, is not your typical anime hero. Initially a seemingly ordinary high school student with an extraordinary athletic talent, his life takes a dramatic turn when he encounters the world of Curses and Jujutsu Sorcerers. This encounter transforms him from a carefree teenager into a key player in a deadly supernatural conflict. This video delves into the complexities and challenges faced by Yuji Itadori. His journey from innocence to a fighter embroiled in the moral and ethical conundrums paints a vivid picture of a hero's descent. We will explore how his experiences, choices, and the burdens thrust upon him contribute to a character arc that is as compelling as it is tragic. Before the tumultuous events of Jujutsu Kaisen upended his world, Yuji Itadori's life was remarkably ordinary. Marked by the simplicity and predictability of everyday high school life, raised by his grandfather in a modest setting, Yuji's early years were unremarkable, devoid of the supernatural and extraordinary. Despite possessing exceptional physical prowess, Yuji led a relatively laid-back life, choosing not to capitalize on his athletic talents in school sports. This choice, though seemingly inconsequential, was an early testament to his nonconformist nature, preferring personal contentment over societal expectations. Yuji's personality was a harmonious blend of altruism and a carefree spirit. Known for his kindness and willingness to help others, these traits were deeply influenced by his grandfather's teachings. His moral compass, though untested by the complexities of the world he was about to enter, was firmly anchored in a philosophy of selflessness. This intrinsic goodness, a beacon in his early life, was destined to be both his greatest strength and his most profound vulnerability in the morally gray world of curses and sorcery. The turning point in Yuji's life came with an incident that catapulted him into the world of Jujutsu Sorcerers and Curses. Upon encountering a cursed object, his life took a dramatic and irreversible turn. The moment Yuji ingested the finger of Sukuna, he not only gained incredible powers, but also found himself thrust into a deadly conflict far beyond the scope of his previous mundane existence. This incident marked the beginning of his transformation, posing immediate and grave challenges to his morals and beliefs. The impact was instantaneous and profound, as Yuji was forced to reconcile his newfound powers and responsibilities with the ordinary life he once knew, setting the stage for the tumultuous journey that lay ahead. The incidents involving the deaths of Junpei, Nobara Kugisaki, Kento Nanami, and the destruction of Shibuya by Yuji's own hands have a profound impact on his mental health, each contributing to his psychological turmoil in unique ways. Starting near the beginning of the series, the impact of Junpei's death was a significant emotional blow to Yuji. As someone who had just begun to form a bond with Junpei, witnessing his tragic end was a stark awakening to the brutal realities of the world he had entered. This incident not only robbed Yuji of a potential friend, but also instilled in him a sense of helplessness and guilt. Yuji's inability to save Junpei from Mahito, despite his powers, contributed to a growing sense of doubt about his effectiveness as a Jujutsu sorcerer and the purpose of his strength. This event marked the beginning of Yuji's realization that strength alone might not be enough to protect those he cares about, fueling a deeper internal conflict. Nobara Kugisaki's death during the events of the Shibuya incident was also another step down this dark ladder. One of Yuji's closest companions in the Jujutsu world added another layer of trauma to his psyche. Nobara's strong-willed and fearless nature had been a source of inspiration and support for Yuji. The uncertainty surrounding her fate, coupled with the violent nature of her last battle against Mahito, left Yuji grappling with feelings of loss, grief, and the harshness of the reality of being a sorcerer, where even the strongest can fall. This incident likely deepened Yuji's sense of isolation and the burden he felt of being a Jujutsu sorcerer. Lastly, Kento Nanami's death was particularly impactful, as Nanami served as a mentor and moral guide for Yuji. Nanami's calm, collected demeanor and his pragmatic approach to the sorcerer world had been a grounding influence for Yuji. Losing Nanami meant losing a guiding figure, exacerbating Yuji's feelings of being adrift in a world filled with danger and moral ambiguity. This loss likely intensified Yuji's feelings of vulnerability and uncertainty about if he could handle the responsibility of protecting the Jujutsu world. Finally, the biggest turning point for Yuji was when he was possessed by Sukuna and caused massive destruction which was a traumatic experience that had far-reaching implications for his mental state. Being a vessel for such destruction, even though he was not in control, burdened Yuji with immense guilt and self-blame. This event likely contributed to a deep internal conflict within Yuji, battling with the fear of the havoc he could unwittingly unleash and the realization that he could be a danger to those he aims to protect. Collectively, these incidents were the beginning of Yuji Itadori's deteriorating mental health in Jujutsu Kaisen. Each event compounds his sense of guilt, loss, and the burdens of his role, painting a picture of a young man struggling to navigate a world filled with darkness and complex moral decisions. As Yuji Itadori's journey in Jujutsu Kaisen progresses, his character undergoes a profound transformation, marked by a series of internal conflicts and external challenges. At the heart of Yuji's internal struggle lies a profound sense of guilt and fear, stemming from the immense power he now wields and the destructive potential it holds. The realization that he houses within him Sukuna, a malevolent ancient sorcerer who is now closer to that of a curse of unimaginable strength, weighs heavily on his conscience. He grapples with the moral implications of his actions, tormented by the possibility of causing harm to those he wishes to protect. This burden is exacerbated by the fear of losing his humanity and becoming the very kind of entity he battles against. Externally, Yuji faces a relentless onslaught of threats from both the realm of curses and the world of Jujutsu Sorcerers. The curses, seeking to exploit Sukuna's power within him, pose a constant threat to his life and those around him. Meanwhile, the sorcerer community remains divided on his fate, with some viewing him as a necessary ally, while others see him as a dangerous liability. These external pressures create a tumultuous environment, testing Yuji's resolve, skill, and moral convictions. Several pivotal moments in Jujutsu Kaisen significantly impact Yuji's character development and contribute to his downward spiral. One such moment is the death of his beloved mentor, Satoru Gojo, an event that leaves Yuji reeling from shock and grief. This loss not only deprives him of a guiding figure, but also forces him to confront the harsh realities of the world he is now a part of. Another critical event is Yuji's confrontation earlier in the series with Mahito, a curse that manipulates human souls. This battle pushed Yuji to the brink, both physically and emotionally, as he faces the horrifying consequences of curses on innocent lives. These events, among others, propel Yuji further into the depths of despair and conflict, shaping his journey into a poignant narrative of struggle and resilience. The evolution of Yuji Itadori's character is a fascinating journey marked by profound growth and transformation. Initially introduced as a carefree teenager with a simple life, Yuji undergoes a drastic change after his exposure to the world of curses. Over the course of the series, we witness his transition from an innocent high school student to a battle-hardened sorcerer. This metamorphosis is not just in terms of physical strength, but also in his mental and emotional maturity. Yuji, who once led a life devoid of any real danger or moral complexity, finds himself making life and death decisions, grappling with the heavy burden of responsibility, and navigating a world where the lines between good and evil are blurred. From a psychological standpoint, Yuji's journey can be seen through the lens of his coping mechanisms and resilience in the face of adversity. His initial optimism and straightforward moral compass are tested repeatedly, leading to moments of internal conflict and doubt. The psychological impact of hosting a curse like Sukuna manifests in various ways, from feelings of guilt and fear to a growing sense of isolation. Yuji's character is a case study in how external pressures and internal turmoil can shape a person's identity and decision-making process.